Back with my co-host for the week, Laura Barron. We're looking in a moment at a video of Jodi at the defense table next to her attorney. There they are. They're two peas in a pod, as it were. Strangely enough, she doesn't look like the guy in the green shirt. She appears to sort of adopt her affect. I mean, it's if you really look at her in motion, it becomes rather extraordinary. And Cheryl Arrett, you brought that up. What did you see?
I saw somebody who is transforming herself into whoever is the most important person in her life at the moment. She seems to be so dependent upon her defense attorney right now. I wonder what you make of it, Drew. What do you think this is about?
Well, I've been saying from the beginning that one of the key sort of moments in this, and Laura, I'm going to ask you to ring in on this too, is that this is the part that astonishes you about her behavior, as we know occurred. She has sex with the guy and takes pictures with him and then flips into this murderous, maniacal rage. And that's a really hard thing for a normal person to get their head around. What flips somebody into that? And I've always wondered if there was some sort of dissociative quality to her where she is so empty inside that she just takes on the characteristics of, as you say, Cheryl, whoever the most important person is around her. And if it becomes so much of a bodily based experience, she starts moving and looking and the facial expressions just like the person she is preoccupied with. And you can only imagine if she... Go ahead.
If we take a look at her outfit, I mean, we know this from Sarah Palin. This isn't the first time that a woman has thrown on glasses to look smarter than she actually is. You know, I mean, is it the lawyer that's dressing her, or is she in her jail cell getting the Kardashian collection out?
Well, that's right. And now we hear Mancy has been reporting that she has a girlfriend in jail, too. Mark, if you were a defense attorney, would you tell someone to dress a certain way and it just so happened to look the way one of your team looked?
Yes. Because I told you earlier, I would do whatever it takes. I mean, this is theater for the jurors. It's just, as much as that makes everybody nauseous, her life is on the line. And if wearing a pair of glasses makes her look a certain way, or her dress is arguably less consistent with the heinous, cruel, and atrocious acts they're accusing her of, then so be it. But you know what? It's so little. It's not going to make a difference. With a bloody handprint on the wall, with all of her change in testimony and her stories, the dress is really not going to somehow change these jurors' view of what this case is about.
And Casey, you get where I'm going with this? Do you agree with me and Cheryl? Yeah.
She was always described as a chameleon by all of her friends, eager to please and always trying to gain people's trust by being exactly what they wanted. And what's interesting is it's almost like a single white female phenomenon, the whole idea that she's almost merging with her attorney. It would send a message to the jury, not only that she's this prim and proper and now not even nun-like or librarian-like, but now lawyer-like. It makes her look even smarter than she is to have the glasses on. But what I want to know from you, Drew, is whether you think, on a scale of 1 to 10, how conscious of this transition is she? Is it completely subconscious, or does she plan it? How manipulative do you think she is? Is she doing it on purpose?
My bet it's completely subconscious. Again, thinking in terms of how she is overtaken by a murderous rage, seemingly. And there's no evidence of psychopathy lifelong. You more hear things about her being empty and, as you said, chameleon-like, that sort of thing. It's a difficult thing to get your head around, isn't it? How someone could behave like this, how someone could be so empty to need to sort of become like the person they're around. But that seems to be what's going on here. Casey, let me ask you a follow-up. We're hearing that she has a girlfriend behind bars. That's what Nancy's reporting.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's a love addict, stalker with hypersexuality. That kind of fits for me. She probably does have another lady behind bars, doesn't she?
Oh, Drew, I hate to burst your bubble, but women hook up behind bars all the time out of pure loneliness. I won't even chalk it up to hypersexuality. They create entire families in women's prison. It doesn't mean they become lesbian. Usually when they get out, if they get out, they go back to relationships with men. But while they're in prison for almost emotional self-preservation, if somebody shows them affection and attention, they will form an emotional and often sexual bond with another female while in prison. And to be honest, the prisons don't really, I mean, there are rules against sexual contact, but they're not too worried about it. It doesn't, if anything, it makes the women very often happier and more easy to deal with, less combative with the correctional guards. And so they very often turn the other way.
Once again, I'm discovering that my panel apparently lives in a world that I didn't know I lived in, where this is just the way it goes.